Hi guys, just a video on mock driving tests. Now, you may have been taking your driving lessons and been wondering when your test's ready, and you might have been speaking to your driving instructor about doing a mock driving test. A lot of people have asked me, what is a mock driving test? And I thought I'd make this video. And a mock driving test is basically where you and your instructor will go out for about 38 to 40 minutes. Might be shorter depending on how the instructor feels things are going, and you will try and recreate a real life driving test, because you don't want to be put under the pressure of a real life driving test when you actually go to a real life driving test if you've not had that experience. So what I'm trying to say is you want to experience what it feels like, but with your driving instructor, someone who you know, someone who you feel comfortable with, someone who's a safe person, and you can recreate all the things you would do on a driving test. So that in a nutshell is it. Your instructor, will mark you on a sheet just like this, hopefully. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it looks like. Driving test report. In the actual real test now, they use iPads because they've changed over about 6 or 7 years ago to iPads. It's just a bit more efficient. And yeah, basically, you'll find instructors will do it on the piece of paper as opposed to an iPad, because it's just, we can kind of keep it in your records and so on and so forth. So that is what you will be marked on the green sheet. Okay. There is a video that I've done on driving test faults, which will tell you roughly how many faults you're allowed to have, what the faults consist of, and how you pick faults up and so on and so forth. So if you don't understand this form, you can check it out on the other video. It's not on the other videos, but I've talked about the faults that you can get on a driving test, and you can probably pick that up on the internet anyway. Driving test report. It's pretty simple to find. Why do a mock driving test? Because you want to know whether you're ready for the real deal. So if you get very, very close to passing, or you pass and you have you don't get any serious faults, then great, you're probably really ready for a driving test. But if you're making lots of errors, if you're getting a good few serious faults, maybe even dangerous faults on your mock driving test, you're probably not going to be very ready for it. And then you're going to have to go back to the drawing board and do some more lessons and basically work on what went wrong or what didn't go so well. Your driving instructor does it with you generally, or maybe if your instructor's got like a friend who's another instructor, you might get a switch of instructors, and your instructor might say, oh, actually my friend's an instructor, and they can then recreate that and sit next to you and take you out and do that. When should you do your mock driving test? When should you do it? Obviously not advisable to do it on the first ever lesson. You probably want to be at a stage where you're driving independently and you feel like you can do most things, and yeah, basically you're kind of driving without any help. Then obviously you'll see how it goes in real life, because on driving lessons you do tend to find that even though you're driving independently, the instructor will sometimes still jump in. So, okay, what's happening up there? If you've missed something, they might jump in and just kind of give you a little prompt. So the mock driving test is to really see where you're at. If you can drive for 35 to 40 minutes with no help, it's going to give you a massive boost as well. It's going to really give you that feeling of, I know what I'm doing. So, mock tests are really, really good. Going ahead after the mock test. So pass or fail, two different routes. If you were to fail the mock test, you would hope that it would be discussed with you from your instructor or with your instructor, and then you'll have like a certain amount of points on the sheet, which you can then work on or work towards. So if you messed up your parallel park, you might want to spend the next lesson or two on parallel parking. Or if you messed up on, I don't know, you missed a speed limit sign perhaps, you might want to spend the next lesson or two on looking at speed signs or road markings or road signs, stuff like that. If you've passed one, or if you've passed two, because it is advisable to do more than one or two, you might want to get a good few mock tests in. If you've passed one and you've done fantastic, then hopefully your instructor will advise you then to book the real deal. And you need to go ahead and book the real deal, and then hopefully you do a few more lessons and then take the real thing. And then it's not going to be so scary, not going to be so worried about that kind of nervousness when you go up for the test, because you've already done a good handful, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 mock tests with your instructor, and you can feel what it's going to be like when you actually do the real thing. So that is it in a nutshell. Hope it helped. Sorry. Don't forget, go on the internet, get the driving test report sheet. It's green, it looks like that. And on the back is the report explained, so that will help you. I don't know if it's on there. No, it's not. It will help you even more to understand how the sheet is marked. Like I said, there's a video that we've done on driving test faults. Check that one out, and we'll see you on the next video.